In the previous video, we covered the difference between Angular 2.0 and Angular 1.x. In this video, we are now going to cover how to install and set up an Angular 2.0 app with TypeScript and ES6. We will do the basic installation of the Angular 2.0 library using Node Package Manager and then install all the required dependencies for TypeScript and Angular 2.0. Once all the setup is done, we will bootstrap our Hello World application component and render it on our browser. These are the Angular 2.0 languages based on your choice. When we write an app with ES6, we always need a transpiler to convert ES6 code to ES5 and run that on a browser. Similarly with Dart, there is a framework called Angular Dart managed by the Angular team. Another option for you for writing an app is ES5 core versions of JavaScript, where you don't need the transpiler. So here, you can write code using ES6 with TypeScript ES5 or Dart. Angular 2.0 is written in TypeScript in order to take advantage of the language's features, such as types of metadata annotations through decorators. It's suggested to write in TypeScript, which follows ES6. This horizontal graph shows the nature of syntax of all different languages for Angular 2.0. When you move from TypeScript to ES5 in the left, you will see code familiar to you and plain JavaScript which you have used in other places. But when we talk about Dart or TypeScript, it is a bit different in syntax, and you won't find it similar to plain JavaScript code. Before you start with the setup, just check the prerequisites. You should have Node.js installed on your system to load the dependency library from Node Package Manager. It will be good if you have some knowledge of the basic concepts of JavaScript and have gone through Angular 1.x earlier. Once you are done with the Node installation, select any editor such as Sublime and start with the development. Here we will create a development environment using package.json by adding all the dependencies in it. Let's start step by step here. First, in this package.json, add the dependency for ES5 and Angular 2.0. These are the ES5 dependencies, and these are the Angular 2.0 dependencies. After package.json, we are creating the TypeScript transpiler configuration tsconfig.json. After you've added all the dependencies in package.json, just run npm install to get all Node modules in your project. Wait for some time until you get all the dependencies downloaded from the npm repository. I have already hit the npm inside, and hence, I have the Node modules installed in my application. Now you can see that all the dependencies are available in my application. Once it's done, create tsconfig.json with the TypeScript compiler option. Create an app folder in the project, and then create app.components.ts and boot.ts. app.component.ts is using TypeScript annotations which are rendering this template, and it's using the ES6 class. Here we are initializing the test as a string. This is initialized inside the ES6 class constructor. So this is our first component. We have also created boot.ts to bootstrap our app component. Once this component is ready, we can render this component on index.html. We are now importing Angular 2.0 core library. We created this component using annotation component, and using annotation view, we created the view. In ES6 class, we have initialized one parameter, and we are trying to get that value inside this component. Now we will create index.html and then define all the dependencies for Angular 2.0 core and ES6. We have System.js for module loader, Angular 2.0 polyfills.js, and reactive extension.js. Here, we are loading the module in the system loader, and then we are using the compiler option using system.config, and then we are bootstrapping our components boot.ts. We are using system.import. Then we will run this application using npm start. This will transpile the ES6 code to ES5 and will create the resultant file for us. Inside, we can see the resultant ES5 code generated for us. Now our browser can read this application, and you can see in our browser, Hello World is rendered. Once we inspect our element, you can check the ES6 code. From boot.ts, we have created boot.ts, and from app.component.ts, we have created app.component.js. So the TypeScript transpiler is converting this TypeScript code inside ES5. We have defined all the transcript transpiler configuration inside the package.json, in which we have the script tag. Once we hit npm start, the light server starts to run, and then it starts transpiling the boot.ts and app.components.ts, and it is generating the resultant ES5 code which can be rendered in the browser. Finally, you can see Hello World printed on the browser, and it is actual. It is present in app.component.ts. This is the Hello World that we have printed. This test thing we have initialized with the world. So you can see it on the browser Angular 2.0 Hello World. In the next video, we'll create a sample application, our first Hello World application.